Hello and welcome to the next in our series of conversations in Meeting a Columban. This evening we have Father Martin Koroiciri with us, who is a Fijian man working in Santiago in Chile, and actually he's in Santiago now as we see him. So very welcome, Martin.
Thank you very much, Trevor, for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, that's good. What have you been? You're in the parish of San Columbano, I believe. You're working there, and could you tell us a little bit about what you're doing? What are you doing there in San Columbano?
For the moment, as the country's in lockdown, we're trying to serve the people in other ways, like the two projects that we have running right now. The first one is the soup kitchen, or the Oya Kumun as we call it here. And the second one is a project we have called Manos de Misericordia, or Hands of Mercy, where we receive donations from benefactors, and we buy groceries and clothing, and we deliver them to families that are in need. Yeah.
Hands of Mercy is from benefactors. Which benefactors are you receiving this from? How do you get that?
The majority of our donations are from the Columban benefactors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and we're really grateful for that. There have been a lot of benefactors donations from, I believe, from the United States, Columban benefactors from United States. And it has been really helpful. We have managed to help about 80 plus families.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what do? You're saying you're taking meals to them or something?
The Oya Kumun, or the soup kitchen, they supply meals to families that need them. What we do is we buy vegetables and other groceries, and depending on the needs of each family, sometimes we buy diapers, sometimes we receive other donations also for clothing, especially in this winter season. There are a lot of children here that are in need of these. So yeah, it varies from case to case.
Wow, okay. So 80 families, that's quite a large group. Is that, and that's all within the parish, is it? Or is it elsewhere also?
Yeah, well, majority of the families that we have helped are non-active Catholics.
Okay.
There have been some families that were found to be positive with corona, so we've had to use our masks and gloves and use precautions, but we had to attend to them because somehow I believe the government might have missed them. So we try to attend to them in whatever we can to. Yeah.
Over the last couple of interviews, we've had Father Dan Harding, who is a parish priest, at least when he's there in Santiago. But he was talking about there are a lot of migrants also in the parish, like from Venezuela, from Haiti, etc. Are any of the families that you're working with or helping, do they involve these people or not?
Yes, there are a lot of migrant working families here. We have mostly Venezuelan and Haitian families. We also have a new house here that it was formerly the house of the nuns, but since they have moved, we have turned it into a migrant house where migrant workers they come in, and while looking for work, they reside there, and it's been going very well. Yeah. Just recently, they've been fundraising for one of their residents, plane fare back to I think Mexico. Yeah. So they've been organizing it with one of the coordinators who is also a member of the parish. They've been baking and selling, and they've been making a lot. So it's a program that helps them to integrate themselves also in the community, and it's been very successful to this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you're very involved. I mean, obviously you're not doing it by yourself. You must have other people involved as well.
Oh yeah.
How is that organized?
It's almost impossible to do it alone. So I have this. I'm so fortunate that Father Dan has organized this group of people within the parish that have taken up the responsibilities to help coordinate these programs, and it has been running very successfully at the moment.
All right. Okay.
There's a lady there that coordinates with another migrant worker who lives in the residence, who runs the programs there. So we are more likely just overall supervisors, while
Okay.
the lady and the Venezuelan fellow, they coordinate within. So all the internal affairs are dealt within them, and they've been doing programs. They're starting programs like ecological projects, and trying to do fundraisings to help each other out, and at the same time trying to look for jobs. So it's also inspiring to see how they've been coordinating and working well with each other.
Right, so they're helping each other out. Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, that's all right. Yes, I was talking to Father Dan the other day, and he was worried about his dog. So, can you tell me the story about the dog? What happened with the dog?
I thought the dog ran away. I really thought the dog ran
This
away.
is Father Dan's dog, is it?
Yeah, it's for the dance dog. Her name's Betty, and usually Betty, whenever I open my door, she comes running to meet me. And somehow yesterday I opened the door and I looked around. There was no sign of her. I looked all over the house, even the small corner at the back. There was no sign. I was scared. I thought she was missing. She had run away, or someone robbed her, or she might have died or something. And I didn't realize a few hours later, Father Francisco came back from his walk and he took Betty for a walk. I was so relieved.
I bet you were. And I think Dan was very relieved too.
Yeah.
You mentioned Father Francisco. Is he, I think Dan mentioned he's a Korean priest, is that right?
Yes, he's a Korean diocesan priest who's an associate here with the Columbans. And yeah, he's been living here and he's been serving here with us. He's a great priest.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's right. The Columbans have had a good history of various diocesan priests working down in Latin America, especially a lot of Australian and New Zealand guys have done that too. So yeah.
Yeah.
But Martin, you seem to be a long way away from Fiji. I know you're from Fiji. But what part of Fiji? Can you just let me know a little bit about that?
Well, I'm from the Lau province. That's on the southeastern side of Fiji. It's a group of islands that technically it's much closer to Tonga, but does not belong to Tonga.
All right, okay.
Part of Fiji. Yeah, and it takes about an hour, 15 minutes to go by plane, to travel there by plane, and about 18 hours by boat. Yeah, by boat. If you're going directly.
Wow. Yeah. So, like the boat would be like a boat that carries cargo and things like that?
Yeah, it depends. There are about 3 or 4 types of boats or ships that goes there. One that carries passengers. Another is like a barge.
Okay.
But it also takes passengers in. Yeah. Okay. So it's not a big boat. I think it was formerly a fishing vessel or some sort, but has been used for that. Yeah.
Okay. So could you tell me a little bit, and tell the folks watching a little bit about your vocation story? I mean, how did you end up with the Columbans? I mean, there are plenty of Fijian guys that are over here playing football, but you know that you're playing for Team Australia or sorry, Team Columban.
Yeah.
How did you get on Team Columban?
Yeah, I honestly I didn't know about the Columbans until I reached secondary school. Okay. I attended a school called Holy Family on the second largest island in Fiji, in Vanuatu. And at that time, I joined the school because I wanted to live closer to my uncle and aunt, whom I was named after. Okay. And living there, going to school there, and all that time, I never knew that it was a Columban parish until my last 1 or 2 years in high school. Then I heard about or learned about this priest, one of our priests there called Father Diego Cabreras. a Columban priest, and he was very influential in my vocation, because I saw how he's a good musician, and he always takes youths, visits families, taking youths to families and singing with them, and enjoying the, just enjoying the company with the priest, just sitting there with the youth. And that really inspired me, and I said to myself, I want to become a priest. So it started from there, but I never knew, I didn't know that was a Columban. I didn't even know that I wanted to join a Columban missionary priesthood. I just said I wanted to become a priest at that moment. It was years later that I got the vocation as a Columban.
What parish was this? Was this in Lambasa?
This was our Holy Family Parish in Lambasa.
Oh, okay. All right. Where the Columbans still are.
Yes, they're still serving there.
Yeah.
Very, very strong Catholic community there.
Yeah. And so you went off to Pacific Regional Seminary. You also went to the Philippines for, what was that for? Why did you go to the Philippines?
I spent a year in the Philippines for my spiritual year.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Wonderful year. We spent, we did a 30-day retreat. We also did exposure programs, and we even did some faith classes with other novitiates from other congregations. Okay. It was a wonderful experience, enlightening.
Because was that your first time to leave Fiji, or had you been left Fiji before?
No, actually, that was my first time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, so you were ordained then in what year? What year were you ordained?
I was ordained in 2018.
So you're only a baby priest, really?
Yeah.
You're not even
still a baby priest. Yeah, still learning. Still learning.
So where were you ordained, Martin? Which part?
I was ordained in our cathedral in Suva. I preferred to be ordained there because most of my family lives in that side of in that part of the country. Yeah.
And so were you the only one ordained, or were there other guys ordained on the same day?
No, I was the only one ordained at that time. And it was a memorable one for me because actually we had planned to have the ordination date on the feast day of St. Columban. But the Archbishop had a retreat scheduled on that day. So he asked that we move it to the 22nd. Okay. And this was a retreat where all the priests from the Archdiocese and also from the CPEC region, from Samoa, Tonga, and other countries within the group that came in for the retreat. And I was very fortunate that they attended the ordination. Wow. It was a wonderful experience. Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
So you were ordained in 2018, but you'd been down to Latin America because of this, the Columban formation program includes a couple of years of working on the missions before you get ordained, right? So for your first mission assignment, were you sent to Latin America, were you? Yeah,
I was sent to the same parish that I'm serving in now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a wonderful experience. I came in here and I learned the language here in Santiago. Okay. And it was frightening. It was really frightening, but a very, very humbling experience.
Did you say it was frightening?
Yeah.
Why? Why was
because it? I moved into a family here.
Yeah.
I moved into the family. Part of the language learning process was to live with the family. So when I moved into the family, I had no experience with Spanish.
Oh wow!
And the only person that spoke English there was this guy that works in a bank, but the only English he could say was "Hello, man." That was it. So living with a family that didn't know English, I had to break out of this barrier that I had, this comfort zone of communicating in English, and it
Right.
was really frightening because I had to really rediscover myself in that sense.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, of course. Well, I was just thinking about that. Here you are growing up on a tropical island, and then you land in Santiago with all this, the Andes mountain with snow on top of them, all stream down the side, which, during this winter time, is quite cold, isn't it?
Oh yeah, yeah. It was really freezing. Um, I remember my first winter here. I had to wear about 5 clothing underneath my jacket. Yeah,
Really?
yeah. So it was really. I thought my skin was changing, but it was just getting powdery. They said it's the dryness.
Oh,
So yeah, it was really frightening experience. It was really cold experience and new for my body. Yeah. It took a lot of time to get used to it.
yeah. Well, I think it must. And then, of course, people. There would have been, many more people too around.
Yeah, it was actually. I was thankful that I had a similar experience when I was in the Philippines. There was,
I see.
millions of people there, but they were kind of short, But it was the difference here is over there people speak English. Over here they don't speak English at all, and how
Yeah.
you communicate with them, how it's a different vibe of Latin America that you see when you come out of the airport. Yeah, it's a
Okay.
beautiful scenery. Also frightening for me, like when I saw the mountains. I thought, like, when you reach the mountain, you're just 2 steps closer to heaven, something like that. It was quite tall. It was, yeah. It took me a minute to get used to it.
All
To
right.
me, yeah, quite a while.
Good.
Yeah,
I have to ask the question. The dog in the background that was barking, is that the famous?
that is
Yes,
finally
dog?
Betty.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Must know that we got. She must know that we got record. We've spoken about it. Yeah. So
Yeah,
what
she's
is
letting us know she's here.
what's the name of the dog?
Her name is Betty or Beatrice.
Oh, Betty.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, very good. Okay. So, just so we only got a couple more minutes, really. But
Mm.
what do you do on Sundays? What's your Sunday routine? In the parish.
My Sunday routine is this before Corona or after Corona?
Okay, good question. Yeah. Let's do both.
Okay, well, before Corona, we usually have 2 masses during the day. Since there we have about 7 chapels here, and 3 priests. Usually we do 2 masses each, and the seventh chapel is we normally celebrate a mass on the Saturday for that seventh chapel.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so to complete the round. Yeah, so usually we do that, and then we have lunch, and then we either make our way to Central House because the next day is our free day, or a day we gather together as Columbans. Yeah,
All
so
right.
usually either Sunday evening or Sunday afternoon we go there, or on Monday. But during the day we stay in the house, or then we wait if there's any emergency calls like anointing or sick visitations. Yeah, we keep a lookout for that too.
Right.
Uh, yeah, for now, uh, well, during the Corona, we we haven't been able to celebrate public masses.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, because of this pandemic. And I just found out today, I just found out today that we are the top 6 countries that are infected with corona at the moment.
Really, really, that's
Yeah,
terrible. Yeah.
yeah. So what we do is we set out a request to parishioners to record themselves, a video recording of themselves. Like one could do the first reading, another the psalms, another the hymns. We have musicians who sing, and on Friday, uh, a young lady, one of our parishioners here, she comes in and she records. I celebrate the mass here
Okay.
for Sunday, and then she takes it in, and on Saturday she compiles it into a whole mass, virtual mass.
Oh, right. Okay.
And then we have a YouTube channel, actually. It's called Parroquia de San Columbano. And then she uploads it to the channel. And every Sunday at 10 a.m., we put it at 10 a.m. because the normal time for the masses here before Corona was 10 a.m. so that the people can be accustomed to it, so that can help them after we get out of this pandemic. We can go back to that rhythm where Sunday mass is at 10 a.m. again. Right. Yeah, so yeah, we upload that, and people celebrate mass from their own homes. And
very good.
Yeah, and I've been checking the YouTube channel, and each Sunday by, I don't know what time is it, 8 o'clock now. Yeah, by this time we should have around 200 views. Easily.
Oh, really?
So,
okay.
Yeah, so yeah, a lot of people from within our area, and from, and it has also been very helpful in evangelizing, because there were other parishioners who were not active before, but once they've heard of this, they feel like they can be involved also. So we ask them to do recordings, and in that way it brings them in also. So yeah, it's been very positive for our thing.
So maybe we should watch it from here over in Australia. It'll help to practice our Spanish, as well as see you guys.
Sure. Sure. I'll send you a link if you like.
Thank you very much, Martin. We'll call it a day now, and thank you for agreeing to come back again next week. So if anybody watching would like to send in a question or make a comment, please do, and we'll put it to Martin. He can probably give us an answer next week. So thank you again very much, Martin, and all the best.
Thank you very much, Trevor. Pleasure.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.